Day, we all gathered around in a circle to play Truth or Dare. Unexpectedly, when Amanda, the school beauty mean queen, turned the bottle, it pointed towards me. Ooh la la! Truth or Dare, bookworm? Truth. So, Orla, be honest. Have you ever been kissed by anyone? Of course I have. Immediately, everyone burst into laughter. Stop lying! Everyone knows you hiccup every time you lie. And no guy would kiss a loser like you. When I was so embarrassed that I wanted to cry, Kalani, my bestie, suddenly stood up and kicked the bottle away, then let me out of there. Hi, I'm Orla. Not only am I a bookworm, I can't also lie. Every time I lie, instead of my nose growing out like Pinocchio, I hiccup incessantly. Because of that, I was always made fun of at school. It's understandable though. No one wants to play with a person who can't keep secrets. But fortunately, when I was in high school, I met Kalani, a fellow nerd like me. We had a lot in common and quickly became besties. After the Truth or Dare game that day, the fact that I was a useless 17-year single spread like wildfire, and of course, Amanda was the one behind it. One day, when Kalani and I were walking in the hallway, she suddenly appeared and pushed me into the trash can. Isn't it the loser pair? This trash can suit you! While I was trying to get up, I saw the year-end party poster on the bulletin board. I immediately shouted at Amanda, "Stop picking on us! Kalani and I will go to the prom with our handsome boyfriends and we'll take your place as queens, you brainless blondie." Before leaving, I turned around and gave Amanda a thumbs down, but unexpectedly, her friend tripped me and I fell to the ground, making everyone laugh. Kalani immediately ran to help me up. Boyfriend? But I don't need one. Come on, Kalani, we must stand up to that witch. So from that day on, we started our plan to find a date to attend the year-end prom. Kalani seemed very indifferent to it though. She always advised me to stop the meaningless battle. Heck no, I can't let Amanda trample on me forever. Also, it was a perfect excuse because I had been aiming for this guy for a long time. He was Rick, the heartthrob who just moved here from Florida. Oh my god, his tanned skin always made me drool every time I saw him. Knowing Rick is passionate about motorcycles, I purposely learned everything I could about it so I could strike a conversation with him. One day, I saw Rick standing next to his motorcycle. I mustered up my courage and brought Kalani along as my support system to talk to him. This Iron 883 is yours? Looks sick. I wish I could ride it one day. I hiccuped so hard that Kalani quickly covered my mouth. Wow, you're into motorcycles too? I just repaired this baby's engine. Want to take a drive? Because I didn't want to expose my lie, I reluctantly got on that monster vehicle. I struggled to start the bike from what I learned on the internet, and then the bike suddenly sped away uncontrollably. It crashed into a nearby tree and stopped functioning. My face turned pale as I stood up while Rick rushed to his bike. My baby! What have you done? While I was panicked, Kalani quickly stepped forward. Calm down, let me take a look. At that moment, my bestie showed her true power as the super nerdy and talented president at the auto club. She saved me when she expertly fixed the bike. Since that day, I was too embarrassed that I no longer dared to approach Rick. But a miracle happened when he suddenly asked me out a few days later. Awesome! Maybe our first impression wasn't that disastrous. Maybe Rick noticed my cuteness. I happily dreamed of a sweet kiss on our first date. At the coffee, when I just brought the milkshake to my mouth, Rick suddenly said, "Hey Orla, I like Kalani. Can you help me get to know her?" I was so shocked that I spitted milkshakes all over him. Turns out, after that encounter, the person who left a strong impression on Rick was Kalani, not me. He openly admired her knowledge and resourcefulness. Having no choice, I agreed to his request. From that day on, he started hanging out with my bestie and me. Seeing Rick so close to Kalani made me extremely jealous, but I didn't know what to do, so I decided to avoid Kalani. No texting nor hanging out. Our relationship had gotten so awkward. Then one day, when I was walking on the street, I suddenly saw Kalani from afar. As fast as lightning, I quickly put a nearby cardboard box on top of me to hide, but she had already noticed me and pulled me out. "Stop it, I know you're avoiding me." Defeated, I confessed to her how I had been feeling. But after hearing the truth, Kalani just chuckled. "You dummy, I don't like Rick." "Come on, you always compliment on how manly he is." Orla, listen. I like girls. What the frog? Turns out Kalani is a lesbian? She wanted to come out to me but didn't get a chance. Also, she wanted to keep it a secret because she was afraid of receiving nasty comments, especially from her parents. They're very old-fashioned people. Why don't you try to approach Rick again? Like, you like him, and I don't want him to follow me all day. Kalani is right. This is a win-win situation for us. So, my plan to find a date for the prom once again restarted. From that day on, I tried to get closer to Rick, always cutting in whenever he talked to Kalani. To help me, my bestie had come up with a plan. One day, when the three of us visited the city fair, she deliberately left me and Rick at a haunted house. According to her, I must act scared so he could show his bravery and protect me. However, he was terrified out of his mind too. He kept screaming, running, and even vomited at the sight of fake blood. I had to take care of him like a mother. Rick, are you okay? I've had better days. Thanks, Orla. You're much cooler than I thought. Sweet God. Has the right moment finally come? I pouted, walking towards Rick, waiting for a kiss from him, but immediately he dodged me. What are you doing? Rick, I like you. What? But I don't. Wait, is that why you always come between me and Kalani? No. Damn it, my hiccups exposed me. Rick angrily pushed me away. Is this haunted house thing your plan too? But Kalani will never agree to be your girlfriend. Why? Because she's gay. I panicked and quickly covered my mouth. I had accidentally revealed my bestie's secret. I tried to explain, but Rick refused to listen and even thought Kalani and I were playing with him. Unexpectedly, a few days later, he started dating Amanda. Not only that, but he had also revealed Kalani's secret to the whole school and the bullies began jeering at her. Right after that, Kalani furiously came to me when I was at the cafeteria. You're awful! You're willing to sell me out just for that boy? Then she suddenly grabbed a nearby glass of water and threw it directly at my face. Since that day, Kalani always stayed alone and avoided everyone, even me. It was going on like that until one day, I saw Amanda and Rick bullying her. I thought I wasn't attractive enough for you. Turns out you're just a fag. That's exactly what she is. At those terrible words, I angrily took off my shoe and threw it at Amanda, then rushed to knock Rick to the ground. You bastards have no right to say that to her. Our fight ended when the principal saw us and dragged us all to his office. While waiting for my turn, I shyly looked towards Kalani. I'm sorry. That's not enough for what you've done. It was an accident, I swear. I didn't intentionally sell you out for Rick. I love you and see, I don't hiccup when I say these words. Seeming to sense my sincerity, Kalani became calmer. I burst into tears and hugged her tightly while saying sorry. Luckily, my bestie agreed to forgive me. We were suspended from school for a week, but it wasn't too bad because Kalani and I had reunited. I didn't care about the prom anymore because I could get no date anyway. But then, another unexpected thing happened. That afternoon, when Kalani and I were standing in the schoolyard, Tom, a guy in the football team, suddenly approached me and invited me to the prom with him. However, I rejected his invitation. Kalani was surprised to see that. Why don't you go with him? You could have a chance against Amanda. Nah, I don't need a boy to defeat her. Let's just enjoy ourselves at the prom and screw everyone else, okay? And Kalani, will you be my prom date? She smiled in surprise, and we hugged each other tightly.